Time to start week 5 of this Tecmo Bowls Sega Genesis nonsense. Oh, you about to take on those Los Angeles Rams, huh? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and run right through these guys, and and move on to week 6. This should, I should be able to, stomp these guys to the ground, and and just kind of move on to the next team. Oh, you kind of like looking right past these guys, huh? Like, like they're not gonna give you any kind of competition or anything. Oh yeah, I just gotta watch the bus, and like I said, you got this, Jim Everett character, Oh, Jim Everett, huh? He used to play for the old New Orleans Saints, huh? Yeah, this might have been like right before he signed up with the Saints and did nothing. But he played with the Saints for a few games, for a few seasons, I think. Wow, he kind of just threw an incomplete pass. Yeah, like I said, that's what Jim. Like I said, when Jim Everett came to the New Orleans Saints, he did a whole lot of nothing and a whole lot of nonsense. Wow, he got a little harsh on old Jim Everett, huh? Yeah, like I say, he played pretty good with the other teams, but when he came to the Saints, we paid him pretty well. We paid him really well to do nothing. Like they could have paid me all that money, and I could have maybe won y'all a couple of games, a few extra games, and with this, what he won, and all that nonsense. Got a little first down on that pass play, huh? Yeah, good little throw, trying to make something happen, Glad to see old Wayne Wilson back. He should be sharp, He should be pretty well rested after those couple of weeks off. Yeah, but threw the ball right on the money, got the shoulder repaired, and then, his knee was acting up, and his ankle was hurting, and, he should be back to his MVP form, one of the greatest QBs that ever played for the New Orleans Saints, right behind Drew Brees. Wow, you really liked old Wayne Wilson, huh? He was pretty good, huh? Oh yeah, he was one of the best QBs ever to play for the Who-Dats, Wow, then why were they booing him when he got hurt? That's how great he was. When he got hurt, the fans started booing. They were booing the other team, and they wasn't booing Ed Wilson, They were upset when they took him out, They took him out of the game, and they wanted old Wilson to keep playing. somehow, I don't think that was true, right? Yeah, well, we know the fans were misunderstood back then. They was wearing those trash bags on their head and all that nonsense because it was actually kind of embarrassing to be caught at a Saints game, and they didn't even used to have it. They didn't even put these games on TV. You used to have to listen to the games on the radio and all that nonsense. Wow, really? There was that, even the TV was embarrassed to show the Saints games? Oh yeah, because we was throwing interceptions and fumbling the ball all over the place, missing field goals and extra points, and it was just embarrassing, and the coach was acting, the coach couldn't, keep his, the only thing good about the Saints was the coach during the press conferences. And, that was some pretty entertaining stuff back in the day. I really enjoyed those old press conferences. And anybody that don't know about old Jim Moore, you should watch his press conferences. Those were legendary, he should be in the Hall of Fame just for that, for entertaining us, a whole city of New Orleans. Wow, I'm gonna have to go check those videos out. Huh? He was pretty good on talking to the press and all that. Oh yeah, the press was scared to ask him questions because he'll let you have it. And that's the kind of NFL coaches they had back in the day. They wasn't like a bunch of corporates. They wasn't. These guys, man. they let the emotions speak, and they told you how it was, and that they couldn't, this coach here, I tell you what, he told the press that, we couldn't gain a yard, we couldn't, every time we got the ball, we gave the ball back. He was being honest, and people gave him stuff, that's a real coach right there. He threw his whole team under the bus, and them guys had to sit there and they had to practice, knowing the coach was like that disappointed, and he was telling it, he was letting the whole world know that we can't gain a yard and we can't complete a pass. Every time we got the ball, we gave it back, and then they scored a touchdown, and that was a whole lot of, oh man, those were the days, That was some real press conference, Nowadays is when a team loses by 60 points, the other team was just a little bit better, and we'll have to return to the drawing board, and we'll get them on the next time and all that nonsense. But not back in the day, they held themselves accountable. When the team lost, it's because they didn't follow the plan, they didn't execute. That's the way, that's the way the NFL used to be. Not all this nonsense they got going on now. Wow, that sounds like some real Iron Man football back in the day. Yeah, those were the days. That was the good football, and all that. Not what they got going on now. With all the tweeting and the Facebooking and all that nonsense. Got a whole lot of nonsense going on in today's football. Like, I don't even watch it anymore. I'll just whip out the old Tecmo Bowl and in the NFL game days, and that's about it. So you didn't even watch this year's Super Bowl, huh? Oh no, I ain't watching that trash. Yeah, I had no idea who was even in the Super Bowl and who even won those games. Wow, the Saints could have been in that Super Bowl. No, I knew the Saints wasn't in the Super Bowl because Drew Brees wasn't there, so, So you don't watch football at all no more? No, I don't watch that. Yeah, that football, that stuff's all rigged and staged and, and all that nonsense. That's why, Drew Brees, when Drew Brees was part of the, the committee and all that stuff, he was up there deciding on, he was up there with the other guys, and they decide who win these games and all that nonsense. Oh, wow, really? Oh yeah, them guys was like, they make all them decisions, and they're like, this team's gonna win this week, and whatever team got the big markets, and and all that nonsense. Wow, I never thought about that. I thought it was just two teams out there trying to win these games. Oh no, like I said, these games ain't won on the field, that's for sure. You got to think. They got you got the NFL committee, and you got the Vegas, you got all kind of nonsense, and the crooked referees, and and all kind of nonsense in this game. And, it's amazing people still watch this, watch all this football stuff. Oh jeez. These guys, how about, getting in front of these guys, maybe do a little blog, tell them a story or something, and just keep them off of me. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl here, and you guys ain't even blocking. Wow, he kind of overthrew that one. Well, yeah, he got put on the, he got put on the ground, so he's a little off, but it was a little bounce back. What come you don't like old Martin Anderson? He was one of the best field goal kickers the Saints ever had, I think, huh? Well, yeah, but I don't know. I think the TV commercials kind of got on my nerves back in the day. He's out there making TV commercials, and and we're trying to, we're trying to win a Super Bowl, and at least get to the playoffs. And he's out there making commercials, and yeah, just because you made a little 60-yard field goal by luck, all of a sudden, you're getting all the TV commercials, and you're on the TV shows, the talk shows, and all that nonsense, and then you forgot how to kick the field goals. Well, but he played pretty good with the Falcons, huh? He came in there and was, hit some game winners for the old Atlanta Falcons. Well, that's because, he was mad. He wanted to be a Who-Dat. And, we ain't had time for that kind of nonsense. We went on here and cut him, Wow, that's a good little pass block. Yeah, we ain't having this nonsense. It's like 3rd and 29, huh? Yeah, but we're going to get the first down on this pass play, old Wayne Wilson, throw a little 50-yard bomb. There you go, a little first down, run out of bounds, so, don't fumble the football and all that nonsense. You really don't think he can hold on to the football, huh? No. He'll catch the football, but there we go, a little touchdown, put 7 more points on the board, got the old MVP Wade Wilson back there throwing these 50-yard spirals down the field. Wow, that was a pretty good extra point by old Martin Atkinson, huh? Yeah, he kind of made that one in there pretty, right down the middle, Good little kick, kick return coverage, pretty good. That's pretty good. You see if we can hold these guys, 3 and out, You gotta watch old Jim Maverick. He can throw those little passes pretty good with the best of them, huh? Nah, that's a lot of misinformation. oh well. Old Jim Maverick, he's back to pass, but he got all kind of protection. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the Jim Maverick I know, throwing interceptions and give it right back to the Who-Dat. Give it right back to the Who-Dat nation. Was Jim Maverick really that bad of a quarterback? Nah, he just was average, He wasn't, he was a very average quarterback. Like you say, he probably could have done well with you got to think, he was playing for the Saints and the Rams, teams like that. If he was on a really good team, he probably could have done, a lot better. These teams, I don't know. He just wasn't very good. Like I said, I felt like the Saints had a really good team, I think if we had an elite quarterback, we could have been going to the Super Bowls because we definitely had the defense and, we had wide receivers and, we had a pretty good solid team, It was just this doggone quarterback and Martin Anderson, missing field goals and all that nonsense. So, what come they couldn't get an elite quarterback? Well, you got to think back then, they didn't have... they didn't have a salary cap, so which team spent the most money, they pay these guys, like you had the 49ers and, Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys, they were kind of pretty much buying Super Bowls, really, They buy up all the super players but yeah, that's pretty much, how it went down. We didn't have the money to some teams, some of these, teams just had way more money than the other teams. It was, so that's why they brought the old salary cap in and kind of even the field out a little bit. at least that's what they tell you anyway. I think that's just an excuse to get players to move. The NFL likes when players get traded and they find a new team, and it creates interest, among the fans. And the fans like to see guys get traded to another team, and it's like phony entertainment, if you ask me. Wow, I never even thought about that. I just thought maybe, yeah, Jim Evers trying to make a comeback. There ain't gonna be no comeback for and all that nonsense. Old Jerome Bettis, huh? I didn't even know he played for the Rams. Yeah, he used to play for the Rams, and then, he went to the old Pittsburgh Steelers, Wow, so he was in the league for a long time. We're gonna have to hold these guys down. Wow, this game's a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be. Well, yeah, a couple of mistakes on my, a couple of interceptions and all that nonsense. But, we're gonna go ahead. We'll still put these guys away. We'll hold these guys to, 4th and 1. I'm gonna have to hold these guys 1 yard, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut these guys down. I'm not gonna let them in the end zone. So, you ever play Tecmo Bowl 3? Or did they come out with a Tecmo Bowl 3 or 2 or whatever? Yeah, I kind of like them, but I don't know. They tried to make those games kind of realistic, and I don't know. It was kind of fun for what it was, but it wasn't really a very good Tecmo Bowl game, if you ask me. Like I say, it just didn't have the same fun factor. They try to make the game, a little bit more realistic, and it just didn't fit the Tecmo Bowl. What it was. The magic was gone, and wow, I never even got to play those games. I never played old Tecmo Bowl Part 2 or 3 or whatever they were. Yeah, like I said, I haven't played Tecmo Bowl 2 either. I just played 3, I just assumed this was Part 2, but I don't know. I think that's where people got confused that, they came out with a Tecmo Bowl, and then a Tecmo Super Bowl, and then another Tecmo Super Bowl, and then they came out with a Tecmo Bowl 2, and then a 3, and then it was the final edition, and then it came out with another Tecmo Bowl on the PlayStation, and it was throwing people off with all that nonsense, Wow, I never even thought about all that, huh? They had a Tecmo Bowl on the PlayStation? Yeah, wasn't very good, but they tried though. If I'd have known about that game, I probably would have, played it back in the day, but, I played it a little bit. I think I bought it for $2 right before they stopped, selling the PlayStation 1 games. And, I didn't miss out on anything. Wow, that's too bad, because, Tecmo Bowl was a fun game back in the day, They just couldn't, figure out a way to, keep that magic going. Well, yeah, they could do it, I guess for whatever reason, they just, I don't know. Maybe sports games are probably not really Tecmo's thing, They kind of like making the Ninja Gaidens or the games or whatever, games like that, I don't think Tecmo's a big company. They just like to make the little ninja games and games like that. I don't think they were big on the footballs and the sports games and all that nonsense. Wow, wow, I never even thought about all that. That's that's pretty deep. Yeah, like I said, I think they just made a little Tecmo Bowl, and it was so popular they couldn't pass up on that money. So, and they probably got there was a lot of money being thrown around, and them guys didn't want to miss out on that money.